I should have died years ago.
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits, scene by scene. So you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
That'd have been sad.
It would have been. We wouldn't be here right now. Just trying to put myself in Jared Leto's shoes.
So many Jareds in this movie, too. So we're going to be confused all the Jareds we have, so I can't wait.
That's right. What a treat.
Yeah, what a treat.
A lot of good Jared fest.
Yeah, it's a Jared fest, all right. So we're back with the new movie breakdown, doing trailer trash. Watch trailer, we talk about it, we break it down.
That's right.
That's it. That's all you need to know.
That's the premise, yeah.
What are we doing?
We are doing Morbius.
Internet
favorite Morbius.
Mimi favorite.
Yeah, the movie you all love to hate, Morbius. So the premise here, biochemist Michael Morbius tries to cure himself of a rare blood disease, but he inadvertently infects himself with a form of vampirism instead. What a twist.
Yeah. Great. Good stuff there.
Morbius, directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Inadvertently, like, oops.
Whoops, I'm a vampire now.
I mean, after watching the trailer, I'm like, I think he kind of meant to do this. It didn't look inadvertently.
I have a lot to say about this movie.
Yeah, I do too. Well, before we get there, do you have any fan service?
Nope. So we'll continue to beat that drum. Send us an email. It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com. And we won't have to beat the drum of sadness any longer.
Should we just get right into this trailer so we can discuss all the fun things we want to talk about?
Yeah, we might as well.
Yeah, let's do this. So this movie, there's a couple trailers for it, but I picked the teaser, the first teaser one.
I noticed.
Yeah.
I was upset.
Why? I wasn't sure. So there was three, because there's the teaser, then there's the final one, and then there's like the re-released one.
Yeah.
Remember? Because they re-released. Yeah, they re-released this movie because.
Oh, we should have watched the re-release cut. I wonder if it was way better.
I don't know. Maybe I skimmed through. I didn't really watch them. I put them on for like 2 seconds. I was like, let's just start with the first one. Let's start with what they intended.
You picked the one with the countdown. Thank you.
Yeah, because that's stupid.
Everyone's favorite trailer device.
It's like, why? What other movie did we do that had the countdown? It was some other superhero movie or something we did, right?
Something big budget. Yeah, I don't remember.
So yeah, I picked that one because I just wanted to go back to the roots.
Clash of the Titans, maybe.
Did we even do that movie?
Yes, where have you been?
Clash of the Titans?
Yeah, the remake with Jason Momoa.
It's not Clash of the Titans.
It's not? What is that one called?
Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, yeah, same thing.
And you're right, it was that movie.
Did we talk about doing the remake of Clash of the Titans and we just haven't done it yet? Maybe that's something yet.
Yeah,
it's got friend of the pod Sam Worthington.
Yes.
And friend of the pod Liam Neeson.
It's got everyone that we're all friends with. Yes, that's right. We've talked about it. We haven't done it yet. So.
And friend of the pod, Mads Mikkelsen.
He's in that too?
Yeah, apparently. I just looked it up.
All right, so yeah, this trailer kicks off it comes in hot.
Well, anti-hot. Countdown.
Well, yeah, but hot with an anti-countdown or an anti-hot. It comes in hot with an anti-hot countdown. Like we're coming in hot to the trailer, but not really. Yep. Is that right? Does that make sense?
Yep, that's right.
Because you get all fired up and you're like, oh, here we go. And it's like, oh no, it's a teaser for the.
It shows like all the spoilers for the trailer. Like you're like, wait, why would you spoil that for me?
It's literally got 3 scenes in the trailer. It's like, why
like the 3 most important scenes of the trailer. They're like 3, 2, 1. Oh, well, now I don't need to watch the rest.
I like it how they think that people are like had stepped away for a second. They're like, hey, we'll get you 3 seconds. Like, oh shit, let me get back to my seat. Let me get my popcorn for this. Just play the fucking trailer. Get into it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And then it's the first tease of the Der Vier Elise there, right? Like what? Why?
Because he's a smart person.
Yeah, right.
And so they play Beethoven to make him a smart person.
Right. So all right. So we get the countdown, and it's 3, 2, 1. We get the Furley's playing.
World building, Russ.
Oh, right. Sorry. And then it's intercut with all like this, stuff that's actually happens in the trailer. So we get intercut with a contractually obligated shirtless shot of Jared Leto,
right?
Swirling bats, and then him scratching some dude is Morbius, and then I guess he's always Morbius. That's his last name. And then him like being brooding and like standing, and then like then a title card, official trailer.
So stupid. 6 seconds of waste. Take a note.
We need someone to write to. Yeah, stop doing that. Just play the trailer. Just play it.
Yeah. I'm going to blame Sony mostly for this one, I think.
I buy that. All right, so then we actually get to the real trailer, and it's we get the old,
slow start.
Slow start, yeah.
Yeah. Voiceover. Michael, I've known you since you were a child.
Yeah, and it's a shot of little Morbius there on crutches, tiny crutches,
getting the shit kicked out of him.
Tiny human. Yeah, as soon as he came around the corner and was like, he's in the crutches. Those kids I was like, oh, they're gonna kick the shit out of him. This is just how this goes.
Kids, if you're listening, be better.
Yeah,
don't bully the kid on crutches. That kid needs help most of all.
Yeah, just be nice to people. Don't be an asshole.
Right. Just be kind to your neighbors.
So yeah, they kick the shit out of him, and then we get a shot of slightly older Michael Morbius here, being kind of helped on crutches. Right, he looks like he's maybe early teens, maybe or something, and then more voiceover.
Obligatory show him playing chess with himself.
Oh, of course,
again. Yes. While Fur-Elise is playing, to make sure that we know he's smart.
Jared, I always play chess by myself, so
that's right. It's not because you're a genius.
Yes, obviously.
Longtime listeners will know. Russ was in Mensa. Got kicked out.
Every time Jared shows up, there's just a chessboard with like pieces all over the place. This isn't even a real game. You don't even know where to put these. It's new moves I'm working on. Don't worry about it.
Is this a piece from Sorry?
You wouldn't even. Jared, those are called rooks.
Is that
bishops?
Those
are called bishops.
What is this? Is just a mishmash.
They go like this.
This is a Scrabble letter. Q for queen.
I'm doing smart stuff that you don't understand. You can't understand. So the voiceover keeps going. And it's like, oh, you have a gift. You always have. But you can play chess by yourself. And then we cut to
I love the false hope of that also. If there's an answer to your disease, you'll find it. Wait, why? He's just a boy.
Because he's that smart.
Yeah, I guess so.
So then we cut to seeing who the actual voiceover is coming from. It's our second of 3 Jareds we have here, right? So we got Jared.
Wait, that guy's Jared too?
Yeah, Jared Harris.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, so we got 3 Jareds rocking right now.
Wow.
DeLuca, Harris, and Leto. Sounds like a law firm.
It does, yeah. DeLuca, Harris, and Leto. Here at DeLuca, Harris, and Leto. Have you been injured by
vampires?
Have you been injured by a vampire or mesothelioma? Let us know. I can't help you.
Oh my God. So yeah. So then we got our third Jared Harris here, who's clearly a mentor to Leto. And then we cut to now older Jared Leto. We get actual Jared Leto, right? Go ahead.
That's right. I was gonna say, dude, I forgot to mention this at the top. Listeners, I watched this movie 3 months ago. So it's new to Russ, but this will be a rewatch for me. So I'm already keep that in the back of your mind. Anything that I say,
you're very brave.
I'll try not to spoiler us too much.
Thank you for your service. You're very brave coming to this again.
Thank you.
I'm sure that's gonna make someone uncomfortable. Yeah. All right, so we got older Jared still on the crutches, but they're newer. They're not made out of wood. They're made out of crutches.
Polycarbonate, something or other.
Yeah, I don't. A little bit more mobile.
Plastic of some kind, I'm sure.
He's going to collect his Nobel Prize. Just to really reiterate how smart he is. He's going to collect his Nobel Prize in physiology or medicine.
He's a genius, in case you forgot.
Really, he's smart.
Very smart.
He's very smart. So,
did you hear Fur-Elise?
Did you see him play chess by himself?
Did you hear that other old man telling me he has a gift?
And that if there's a disease, he can figure it out. He's a real dumb is what we're getting at.
Believe it or not, that will be one of the better scenes in the movie.
Oh boy.
Spoilers,
mega spoilers. All right, so then we get into some title cards here. We got Sony, Columbia Pictures, classic
Sony. A Sony company.
Sony company. And then the always lovely in association with Marvel. You don't even get the real Marvel logo. You just get a little.
There's a reason.
There is definitely a reason. So then kind of music starts picking up now into like that generic like superhero music we've got. That's in all the movies that no one cares about.
Fanfare. Yeah. Assorted fanfare and bass.
Yeah. And then we get like a kind of a establishing shot of New York. It's New York, right?
Yeah.
I assume. Yeah, it's got to be New York because there's a Spider-Man thing later on.
Should be.
And we get a voiceover of like, I should have died years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got a shot of Morbius.
it's like singing, humming for Elise to himself. Again, we have to make sure that we know he's up on his classical music.
Yes. He's having a little hard
He's
time.
very smart.
He's on his feet there. Humming for Elise. And then we cut to him being a doctor science guy, and he's helping some kids, but he's not looking too hot. He
looks bad.
Pretty bad. Voiceover continues like, why am I still here? We're like, we're not sure.
Yeah.
Looks like you should have taken a sick day, but you didn't. And then there's some exposition voiceover. He's like, I have a rare blood disease. I wonder who he's actually, do we know? We don't find out who he's telling us to in the trailer, but
I don't think some of these lines were in the movie. because it's too much exposition. Like, I think this is for the benefit of anyone that is not familiar at all with Michael Morbius, the Marvel character.
Now, how familiar are you?
Very
great, because I am not at all.
Great.
I mean, I knew of the character, but I'm not.
So, I mean, they're definitely doing this for the people who are not at all familiar with the universe, not at all familiar with Michael Morbius as a character. Like, you have to be, oh, I have a rare blood disease, I'm dying. all the, like, you just have to say it. Like, because they definitely don't do that in the movie because they show it,
but in the
there's
trailer,
just more time.
I mean, I feel like even a trailer, like, I don't really know this character. I wasn't a Morbius fan. I don't
think anyone is.
I didn't follow him, right? So it's like I didn't know much about him, but just watching the trailer, I could figure it out.
Yes. It's not rocket appliances.
Not rocket surgery. All right, so yeah, he's got a rare blood disease, don't they all? And then we got like a woman doctor. I don't know who this character is.
Right, Dr. Bancroft, Martina Bancroft, and I think that's right-ish from the comics. I'm trying to remember now.
No clue.
I mean, I'm sure we'll talk more about it. Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a little homework before then.
Sure. Probably not.
So she's like checking his spine. He's looking even worse for wear. Not looking too good, right?
Yeah, he looks grim.
And then he continues this line of like, I'm running out of time. He's still humming for Elise there because
I do like now that I'm remembering a little bit. I do like that they allude to it in the trailer here, but like in the movie too. Like she is also a renowned doctor. Whereas in the comics, if I remember correctly, the love interest, that same character that she was more of like an office assistant kind of thing. So like I appreciate that they made her appear at least.
That's the right
upgrade.
Move. Yeah.
And
then there's like some not really quick shots yet, but there's a little bit. So they do a shot of a bat that's like kind of pinned out like a
dry ice fog, like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, like it's this science. Yeah. Yikes. Just think about the timing of when this movie is supposed to come out. Oh my god.
Awesome.
Whoops. Marketing nightmare.
So it came out last year, right?
No. So it was supposed to come out in 2020. July of 2020.
Was it? Okay, so that's what I wasn't sure. Okay.
Yeah, so it was supposed to, and then it got bumped, and then it came out April of 2022. So it actually came out this year.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought that was the re-release. When did it get re-released? I thought that was April. I thought it got released in January, February.
Then
re-released in May. Because I watched it on a plane in June.
Yeah, it was theatrically released in April of 2022 after being delayed several times from initial July 2020 date.
Interesting. So anyway, I watched it on a plane in June, and this is when I was like, "Oh, we'll never talk about this on the podcast." And then I watched it, and I was like, "Oh man, we probably have to do this with the podcast."
It's not good, but we'll dig into that stuff, for the full thing. So
yeah.
And there's just a wide shot of them doing science stuff, which that's what you got to do, right? So keep establishing he's this genius in his thing. So we get more voiceovers. This might be my last chance,
Yeah.
Him doing more science stuff. Not a lot of really interesting things happening, I guess.
Well, until cut to him doing a little more voiceover while he's doing his experiments, saying that what he's doing isn't exactly legal.
Yeah. You're up to something there, Doc. Well, it's not exactly legal.
Cut to the chopper in the jungle.
The chopper. Get to the chopper in the jungle.
Somewhere.
Cave entrance. Somewhere. Yeah.
And Martina telling him I don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah.
This could be the cure. Cuts back to him in the jungle, cutting his hand open with a machete.
Yeah, with his crocodile Dundee knife.
And then just like holding the blood up to attract the bats that are going to show up in a second here.
Yeah, because he stands like there's this like cage or thing that like lifts up from the ground. And he's just standing there, and there's like a bunch of other guys carrying equipment. The helicopter's like on this cliff edge, and he walks up to him and holds his hand up, and then like the
kind
bats
of bat
come
screen. It's cool.
Yeah, and all the bats come like flying at him. It's very Batman. We've seen.
Yes, I've seen this movie.
We've seen this movie
at least once.
Let me guess. He kills while he's in the shadows.
We'll find out.
Oh boy. So then, he's in the jungle and he does the knife, cuts his hand, and then we get that kind of that music drop note thing, which we get in all these movies, right? Where it's just kind of like,
Yeah. And the continuation of our sentence here, our conversation.
Yeah.
When he's like, "This could be the cure. At what cost?" Classic.
I mean, there's always a cost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then there's just like a shit ton of bats, right? And it's like there's a pretty longest sequence we're having here. So there's just like a ton of them rolling out of this cave, because that's where bats come from.
Like a zillion bats. Yeah.
They're just like kind of overload him. He's screaming, whatever. The helicopter's getting overrun by by bats, whatever.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then we cut to back to the lab, presumably, right? Well, black to black, and then to the lab here, where he's in a glass case of emotion.
And then this is where we get another one of those like Transformers slow mo sound effect things, and he's like punching glass, and it's like cutting between. And he's like goes to black and cuts back, and him punching again, and it's turning. Come on, okay,
yeah, it's turning into some kind of monster, and then we get the bragging. Title card bragging here from the studio that brought you Spider-Man: Homecoming.
So this title card sequence felt so desperate.
Yes. From the wacky director that brought you
Spider-Man: Homecoming. And I was like, oh, okay. And then they're going to cut back to it. I'm like, no, it fades. And it fades back in. It's like, from the studio that brought you Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
okay.
Yep. That fades. And it fades
Good
back
movies, in. Right?
From the studio that brought you Venom.
Okay, interesting. I was expecting them to do also. Why wouldn't they do No Way Home?
Yeah,
because it's also the same studio, and you could totally recut the trailer. 2 years late, like the movie had come out before this movie came out. Why wouldn't you just do that? Also, right?
I don't know.
Also critically acclaimed. Like people love that one too.
Yeah, just go with those three. I mean, I know Venom is their other Sony one, but it's like,
Spider-Man.
Aren't these basically like the same movie? Like Venom and this, like the same. I didn't see Venom.
Venom was. I mean, we'll get to it, but like I didn't hate this movie. Part of why I agreed to watch it again, because I didn't hate it as much as other people hated it.
Oh, you're gonna hate it by the end of this.
Yes, by the second watch is gonna kill me, I think. It was a great. I watched it on the flight back from Minnesota when we were together.
It's a great.
It was a great airplane movie. It's not going to be a great forced to take notes and sit in front of my TV movie. But Venom was like an enjoy. I saw that in theaters. I liked Venom. I thought it was great.
See, I didn't see that, but I heard it was fun, but like critically, it's actually under 30%, I think.
But, probably. I'm not surprised.
People loved it because
it was a fun ride.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Maybe I'll give it a shot.
Tom Hardy.
I do love Tom Hardy, but
who doesn't? It's like that. I mean, Jared Leto. I love Jared Leto in most things.
I'm like mixed on Jared Leto.
I like him in most things. I think he's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I like Matt Smith, who we haven't talked about yet, but
I like Matt Smith. So, all right. So then we cut back to shot in New York City again. This time over sunset. Things are changing. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
Got him in a chamber. More bats are swirling. We get the what's her name, Dr. Bancroft. She's
Bancroft,
concerned.
Michael, what's happening?
This path you've chosen, I can't follow you. He's not looking good. He's on the science table. He's like, all these things, and I'm looking pretty sickly. And he's like, then he's got his voiceover. He's like, I went from dying to feeling more alive than ever.
Yeah. Cut to Muscly Man.
But Muscly Man.
From the teaser, from the trailer teaser.
From the teaser of the teaser.
Right.
We get shirtless Leto, right?
Flips over a heavy thing.
Big
like
table.
like a crypt.
Yeah.
It's like not a table, it's like a mausoleum. Like I don't understand. Like, what is this?
Belongs in a museum, you're destroying it. And then he's like, at the same time he's like talking, he's like, doing his like recordings like increased in strength and speed, and they cut to him like catching some mystical red tennis ball with his eyes closed. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not obvious in the trailer, but like that's what they do when he's using his vampire senses.
Oh no!
It's like that swirl. I kind of like it. It's very Twilight, but I kind of like it. Right?
I guess I thought it was like some mystical thing he just caught from
no, that's just like that's what it looks like when he's doing vampire stuff. Swirly and smoky.
So then that makes sense. The next thing when he cuts to him basically doing the opening
jumping
to
off walls and stuff.
Yeah, it was like the same scene from like X-Men 2 with Nightcrawler going through like the
yeah,
the White House.
Use the same footage. Yeah, it's the same footage.
Then just cover him in like purple and slowed it down.
Right.
And then it kind of ramps up a little bit, I guess. I don't know. You got FBI, SUVs, cruising.
They also explain unnecessarily in the trailer, at least, that he's got echolocation now too. Why? Unnecessary bit of information in the trailer.
We get it. He's a bat.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Let me watch the movie. Find out.
Yeah, and then it's like the same effect that like from Batman Dark Knight when he was using the phones. It was the same.
Yeah.
It's like, same thing. And we get a shot of a ship in it, and he's got a voiceover again. He's like he's got an overpowering urge to consume blood.
Like, yeah, and it's another it's so stupid because they're like, based on what you show us next, you don't have to show us the ship in the trailer either.
Right.
Like just chop this a few seconds. Like unnecessary bits because like yes, like you can maybe guess that the next scene that happens is on that boat, but it's also not obvious. And having the boat there doesn't add anything to the scene.
I think the only thing it would do is it's just that change from, because we just went from him going through all of his powers, and then it's like, oh, here's a break to show you, like, you know what I mean? Like, here's an establishing shot of the ship. It's like pacing. I could see that's the only reason why, but I agree. Like, as soon as you go to the next scene, you're like, yeah, this is a boat. Like,
yeah.
We were in the underbelly of a boat. Yeah.
It could be a warehouse. Who cares? Like, it's like there's a bunch of like military kind of, mercenary guys jumping around with guns is the next scene.
Yeah, and he's just going like scary cat bat on everyone, right? And he's just like attacking in the shadows like Batman.
It's like a horror movie type, like ambush attack.
Yeah, a bunch of gunshots. Yeah, gunshots. Gunshots, and he's like leaping like directly off the floor in a weird thing. He's breaking through glass, doing all sorts of cool vampire stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's a shot of him walking down the street in like what looks like a prison jumpsuit or something.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
And I like in the background, nice touch, and then in the background, a Spider-Man poster with murderer written, spray painted on it. Nice.
Classic.
Nice. So it's supposed to take place after, maybe that's why they didn't put the third one in there. It's supposed to take place after 2, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but like, the title card isn't for in universe.
I know.
I know.
But I know. They want you to watch this one after that, not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. All right. And then we get more voiceover from him being like, how far are we allowed to go? It's like, I don't know, man. Why don't you tell us? And then we get the shot of like the FBI guys kind of looking confused. There's one guy with a mustache and the glasses. He looks like he's totally lost. Like he has no idea where he is.
Yeah.
And then to do a quick shot, I'm guessing of our villain would be Matt Smith.
Yeah.
They just show him walking in like a subway, but that's it.
They do just show him walking in a subway. That's right.
All right. I think that's the only shot we get of him at all in the entire trailer.
Hello. Like, okie dokie.
I'm waiting for the L train.
Pip pip.
Pip, pip.
Yeah. Queen's dead, eh?
His voiceover continues. And he's like, to fix something that's broken. So how far are we allowed to go to fix something that's broken? More gunshots, more him screaming, oh my God, I've got long hair.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to black and we cut to Jared Harris and he starts with Until the Remedy. And then we cut to like this crazy kind of horror movie sequence, right? Where like, I couldn't tell if it was like younger version of him. I'm guessing it is, or maybe, I don't know, some kid running through like a hospital.
It's a woman running through a hospital hallway.
Oh, it was a woman? Oh, I couldn't even tell. All right, well, there you go.
A young woman running through a hospital.
Not him.
And,
I mean, I don't know.
And then, and then that scene ends with finishing that sentence.
Yes.
Until the remedy is worse than the disease, and then we cut to like growly Jared Leto face going like,
"Don't look at me,"
like eating out of the trash.
It sounds like a rabid dog.
Don't look at me!
You don't look at me.
So I'm eating muffins out of the trash again.
He's got like the wrapper stuck to his mouth. It's stuck in my tooth.
Title card, Morbius.
Which looks just like the Venom logo. It's like they just
basically
copy paste and just like no one will notice. Or they're like, you know what? Consistency and brand. Let's just make it all the same.
Probably that one.
Yeah.
And then
wait, there's more.
I hate this how they did this.
Yeah, so then there's like one more thing. We got like a voiceover from, you could tell it's Michael Keaton, right?
It's Michael Keaton, yeah.
And then we got so Michael Morbius. Tired of doing the whole good guy thing, huh? Yeah. And then we get a shot of, Morbius walking down with a hoodie on, and then we cut to Keaton being like, "What's up, Doc?"
Yeah, which unnecessary. And like, I'm trying to think back, like, was he even really in the movie? The way that they key it up here is like, they're like, oh, and special appearance by fan favorite. Remember a Spider-Man movie?
All those Spider-Man movies that. And then that's it. Then we get a title card, Summer.
Oh.
But not the summer you were hoping for.
Right. Not the summer that any of us were hoping for. Nope. I remember now. Do you want a mild spoiler?
Like just me or you?
You, a Michael Keaton related spoiler. A mild
okay. Like I've got to cut this later on?
I don't know. Only if you want to.
I'm confused. Am I leaving this in for trailer trash?
If you want it to be. I was going to say something for like, because we were just talking about Michael Keaton and how I said I don't think he was even in this movie. Yeah. And I remembered why I thought that.
Because he's in the post-credit scene.
It's because he's not in the movie. Right? Exactly. Yes, that's right.
It's just a like, why put him in the
trailer?
Right?
Yes, yes. Why trailer the post-credit scene? Like, for fuck's sake.
Sony, get your shit together. Like seriously.
So infuriating.
Get your shit together. Who's working over there? You know how annoying that would be if you sat around and waited for all the credits and been like, it's just a scene from the fucking trailer?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're just. I feel like they just don't care about the fans at all. Like they're just like, whatever. We just want to make a movie that gets us $1 billion, which this didn't even get close to it.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
I think they just don't give a shit. Like
it's very frustrating.
Or it was like,
you can leave that in.
Or I think they were like, oh, you know what we need? We need to really sell the connection to Spider-Man. Let's show Michael Keaton because everyone's going to remember him from Homecoming.
That's fair enough.
Because they knew they had a dud on their hands. Okay, so that's it. That's the trailer. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. God damn it.
Prognosticate with Jared and Russ. What do you got? What do you think is going to happen here?
Don't ask me. I have already seen it. What do you think is going to happen? I can tell you what I wish happened after you tell me what you think will happen.
Okay. I think what's going to happen is that this is actually a documentary about Jared Leto's life and how he harnesses blood from creatures across the globe to stay looking as he does when he's actually 50 years old. Mm-hmm. So I think it's more of just like one of those documentaries where they're just following him around. And I'm hoping that's kind of what we uncover the truth about how he still looks like he does.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I don't know. This movie looks bad. I don't know. Just when I first saw this trailer, when it first came out, I was just like, I don't want any of this.
I'll tell you, the trailer makes it look worse than it is. It is better than the trailer. It is 100% better than the trailer. Yeah, it looks like a discount like Venom, which even Venom just didn't look that good though. Yeah, it's different. They're just very different. Like one of the differences anyway. Venom actively tried to not be in the Spider-Man universe.
Yeah,
and this is not quite that. Like this is like acknowledges that there are other possibly superhuman people in play here.
Yeah.
And they're a little bit more, well, no, I was just saying, they're a little bit more comic book accurate, or they will be. So like, I don't know. It's different than Venom. Like Venom, they were trying to do something very different.
Well, because they hadn't quite yet struck up their deal when Venom came out, right?
Exactly.
Like the connection with like, okay, hey, Marvel, you can take over and do the Spider-Man movies because you know what you're doing. Go for it. And then because they did throw Venom in at the end of the third one, right?
Exactly. No way.
And then they pulled him in, and then this one was like, well, we already got this deal. Let's make this all work, right?
Exactly. So I think it automatically like works better because of that.
Yeah.
But it's not. Yeah, it's just I wouldn't compare the two as much as we want to.
Yeah.
But like what I wish they had done with it is I wish they had used it to set up an awesome Blade sequel. I don't know how much you said you're not super familiar with the Morbius comic book character, but the
No.
Morbius comic book character had a bunch of sweet vampire hunting adventures with Blade
Oh.
at some point. I don't know, like Morbius is a cool enough character that they could do some interesting things in the future potentially.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what I wish they were used this movie to set up, and they didn't really. They definitely set up sequels, and I'm sure they'll probably get some amount of sequel or tie-in maybe.
I don't know.
It's one of those where
it made 162 million. I mean, jumping in here, but it didn't make. I don't know.
Was that profitable?
Had a 75 to 83 million dollar budget. They made 162 million.
Definitely.
Probably not enough. I mean, marketing and everything else, like
enough probably to keep the universe going. I bet they'll gamble on it twice.
I think it also got shit on enough though by the internet and everyone because it's like.
So did Venom, and they made a second one. And that's what I mean. Like, I think they'll make at least another one. I think they'll try and salvage it because I think they will probably. They're gonna have to try and do like a Blade. Like, yeah, there's no other good play.
I feel like so they're doing these movies like these crossover ones. Like they should, and they're doing them in association with Marvel. It's like the good parts of the Marvel team.
Yeah.
to make these movies better. Like, I don't know. I feel like they're just looking for hey, we can throw these characters in and they're in the universe. But how about you be like, hey, give us a little direction.
Yeah, man, a rising tide lifts all boats.
So we can make a movie that's going to make us 500 million versus 100 million. I don't know. It just seems.
And I mean, I think they're getting there. I think they're getting to that point. I mean, just based on the fact that they brought Venom into that last Spider-Man movie. You know, spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen it yet. But
I mean, Sony's like finally being like, oh, you guys have been doing this since 2008, making $1 billion for every movie you put out.
Right.
I guess now we'll,
which like I'm really glad about because I don't want them to screw it up. I like this. The Spider-Man universe is too near and dear to me for that to like watch it go down so hard. Because we finally have, in my opinion, the best, and I've said this on episodes of the podcast before, the best Spider-Man to ever do it, Tom Holland.
So too. I agree.
And don't squander it with like bad villain side stories.
Unfortunately, I think there's probably a lot of behind the scenes bullshit between Marvel and Sony because I think there's like Sony doesn't make a movie within a certain amount of time. They lose rights to that character and it goes back to Marvel. I think it's something along those lines. It's kind of complicated with the Spider-Man stuff, but
and when does Disney get to the point where they do a 20th Century Fox and just like buy Columbia or something? They're like, okay, well, now it's ours now. Yeah, right. Like, all right, well, we got X-Men back. I guess this is how we get Spider-Man back.
Yeah, because then you're just going to have them. The worst case scenario you have is Sony just pumping out these movies just to keep. Then they're going to be garbage. Right. They'll still make enough to be fine, right? And they'll be profitable by a little bit, but it's like, well,
it's very frustrating.
Very frustrating. But that's what you got. So
yeah, we're in for a fun ride. I'm not excited to watch it again, but
I mean, you could just skip it and just look at my notes. And be
no. I gotta pull quotes now. There's so much work to be done.
So much work.
Like I said, it's definitely like the trailer made me sad that I needed to watch it again, but it's definitely way better than the trailer makes it out to be. Like the bits that were like horror bits are actually like kind of fun horror bits in the movie. They do a decent job with most of it. It's like the script writing's not very good.
That's always the problem, right?
Like the dialogue's not great, but it's also not as bad as the trailer would have you think.
Is it the best worst movie we've done?
I'm trying to think.
We've done a lot.
We've done a lot, and I've seen a couple of them a couple times now. It might be. I think it might be my favorite of the ones that we have covered so far.
Okay.
Thinking back, like I don't think I would watch Artemis Fowl a third time.
I don't think I'd watch any of the movies we've done a second time. So
I'd watch Contra again. That was fun.
That's fair.
Yeah, I would totally watch Contra again. But yeah, I think it might be the best worst movie that we've done so far.
Okay.
Yeah, 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, it's bad. Oh. It's objectively bad.
Oh, that is so painful. That is a kick.
But and like that, what I don't get, because like I heard all the internet hype about it. Listeners, if you've been living under a rock, like famously, like blue, like it became the running joke, especially when they re-released it, because they were like, "Oh, great! Like the re-release that no one asked for. Like, why are you inflicting this upon us, Sony?" Like everyone was really mad about it for some reason, and after I saw it, I was like, "Oh, it wasn't that bad. Like, come on." Like
I feel like Sony's like marketing and social media teams are just a little out of touch, just like a hair out of touch. Like, yeah, you see Morbius is like trending and a lot of people are talking about it, but do you actually know why they're talking about it?
Yeah,
because they're shitting on it. So don't be like, you know what, we're gonna re-release it. And yeah, there's some fun stuff about the re-release that we'll talk about in the full breakdown. So,
oh, good, you already started pulling fast facts.
I already pulled them, man.
Perfect.
So, all right. Well, I don't know. How do you feel? You feel good?
I feel good.
All right,
let's do it.
Cool. Well, that's it. We're going to wrap this up. So thanks for listening, everyone. We'll be back next week with our full breakdown of Morbius. You can follow us on Instagram at It's This Meets That. We're ITMT Pod on Twitter. And wherever you listen, subscribe or follow or whatever.
Or whatever. That's right.
Or whatever.
Let whatever be reviewing us. You can also review us on those platforms. And so if you're doing whatever anyway, why don't you do that? 5 stars, please. A nice comment, maybe. If you like us, tell someone else. If you see something, say something. If you want to say something to us, send us an email like we already talked about in fan service. We'll read them there in the next trailer trash. It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com. Or you can go to our website, find all the old episodes, information about me and Russ, all our social meds, whatever you want. Yeah, anything you could possibly want is on the internet, especially the ITMT website. It's thismeetsthat.com.